I will not allow any form of criminality as president of Nigeria. The amount of fuel they say we consume cannot be consumed by this country. There's an empirical evidence. We are about the same size as Pakistan. Pakistan, we are about 210, 220. Pakistan is about the same size. They have more roads. We probably have same number of vehicles, or they have even more. Yet, their fuel consumption is a third of ours. So who is drinking the balance?
Hello, everyone. The truth they say does not require NAFDAC number. No matter how far or how whatever lies go, it will still come and meet the truth where the truth is. You don't need to embellish the truth. Sooner or later, the world will still revolve and come to that place of your place of truth. That's why whatever one is doing, ensure that what you're doing, you are on the side of the truth. If you're on the side of the truth, then you are winner. Even if it will take long, it will still come back. There is this particular, saying, I think it's about, is it Martin Luther King? I've always don't remember how that saying go. I'm trying to Google it now and see something about the arc of truth. Martin Luther King, arc of truth. Or is it justice? So they say there's a way that he used to put it. It will I'm trying to okay, I can't say that particular one, but there's one here where you say, I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love we have the final word in reality. But there's a way that the truth it will always come out. When Mr. Peter Obi, and I love this tweet that someone did here. He said when Mr. Peter Obi doubted our consumption and compared us to Pakistan to prove that subsidy was a scam, you people mocked him. No matter how far a lie travels, the truth will always catch up with it. Not only catch up, the truth will overpass it. Because I remember, and that's one of the things I keep saying, I remember Mr. Peter Obi was the one candidate who focused on the issue of oil theft and the issue of those our subsidy. And he brought this analogy to say, look at this thing. You can't say you have about the same population. See a country that you have about the same population with and probably have more cars than you. How are you consuming more petrol than those people? You understand? How are you consuming more petrol than it doesn't make sense? But in our own case, that consumption was for a reason. Because when they now inflate it, well, they double it. The subsidy on that double this is some people were pocketing it. They don't bring this fuel in. Nigeria is not collecting this, but subsidy was being paid, you know, on the fuel. And today we have Dangote. Dangote is coming out to say that Nigeria's petrol consumption is 33 million liters daily, not 50 million liters per day. Some were even attributing to like 70 and all of that. Imagine that whole difference that people were sitting down and just collecting money. Do you know how many? Somebody was calculating, is it 200 and something billion per month? How did they even calculate it? Imagine that whole money put in education. Do you think that you will need to be paying for primary school and secondary school for your children's education? Even if Nigeria says that, okay, we don't want to, we have a lot of primary, public schools. Let the Nigerian government even say that they are going to be paying school fees for children, right? And let private schools upgrade themselves. Parents will choose the schools that their children will go to. If your school is not very good, parents will not take them there. By the time parents don't pay primary and secondary school fees, and their children are able to get free quality, good quality, free primary and secondary school education, nobody will come to you to come and be begging for money to pay school fees and all of that. This is what good governance does. Imagine that money put in healthcare system. Imagine that money put in transportation. Imagine that money put in housing. Imagine that money put in roads, infrastructural development. Would we go somewhere? These are the questions that we all need to be asking. According to leadership that is reporting, say there's an ongoing controversy over the actual volume of Nigeria's daily petrol consumption, with experts and industry stakeholders holding different views and claims of data inflation by the Dangote Group president, Alhaji Aliko Dangote. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) estimates the nation's petrol consumption at around 50 million litres a day, a figure disputed by Dangote, who argues the true figure is closer to 33 million litres, 17 million litres less. Imagine subsidy paid on 17 million litres. And alleges that previous data were inflated for corrupt gains, especially during the fuel subsidy era. Was that not the same thing that Mr. Peter Obi kept shouting? That they kept saying this, they kept saying that. Now statistics you go chop. As they not chop statistics, shey they chop wahala. Hey, you don't want chop statistics, you go chop wahala. Left for you to choose the one that you think should be better for you. Dangote, speaking during a recent visit to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery by global CEO African members, criticized the petroleum sector for pervasive corruption, describing it as a mafia business. He initially hesitated to enter Punch reports. He emphasized that Nigeria does not consume up to 40 million litres daily as officially reported, and said inflated consumption figures were used to siphon funds when fuel was subsidized, at times purportedly up to 90 million litres daily, far beyond the capacity implied by Nigeria's vehicle population. So imagine 90 million litres daily, more than times, almost times three. Hey, okay, now. Though the primary source of data rests on the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, however, the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics and the Central Bank of Nigeria issues data regarding import and consumption data. Also, crude oil refiners said there should be fresh findings to determine the country's real consumption figure, otherwise the debate and argument would continue. But anyway, for me, this whole thing is for me to tie it down to Mr. Peter Obi and the issues he kept talking about. You see oil theft. Nobody is talking about it anymore after 2023 election. This is something that Mr. Peter Obi kept talking about, and he kept saying if he gets into office, those are the things that he's going to, tackle and handle. We are losing millions every day, millions of dollars every day to oil theft, to people who just come, they think about their personal selves, they steal the commonwealth, enrich their families, and that's it. While the majority of people are suffering, how do we continue to allow this to happen? How? Ha! My people, you see this 2027 election, for the citizen, it's a matter, their life dependent on it though. Because can people afford this suffering again? Imagine this suffering when they might need your election, and imagine the suffering when they don't need your election. That one na pro max suffering. Suffering wey go Harvard, come get horns and wings. Hey, before God go forbid, we sef we gas to use the brain that God gave us to also forbid.